Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Your week 1 matchups have been concluded. Hopefully you didn't need Christian McCaffrey. I only got burnt in one league by Christian McCaffrey last night. Tough scenes. Had 2 friends lose a matchup by less than a point with Greg Zuerlein as their kicker, watching the Jets go for 2 in the second half. We are going to sit and hang out and draft battle royales for the next couple hours. I've got projections for week 2 pulled up. I've got battle royale for week 2 pulled up. We're going to draft a bunch of teams. The first look pre-show. Reminder, the giveaway is still going. The giveaway for part of my winnings, for 5% of my post-gross tax winnings in Best Ball Mania 5, still going on. You can still be commenting on these videos and picking up your 5% equity. So you should be doing that. Obviously, in order to do that, you need to be subscribed to the channel. I need you guys to be liking these videos, commenting on these videos, liking these videos, subscribing to the channel. We are at 4,250 subscribers. So we're having a great time, guys. Honestly, we are having a great time. The addition of battle royales to my week has honestly been incredible. I don't really know why I haven't been doing them before. Yeah, Adam Schefter did say that Christian McCaffrey is unlikely to play next week. That is probably the biggest news in these streets. So that's exactly what we're going to do, guys. We are going to sit here. We're going to draft some battle royales. We're going to look at the early projections. And in general, we are going to vibe. Oh, sorry. I meant Mr. Easy is going to come and join and draft some battle royales. I also was trying to update the brick draft caddy, because if you have the not the brick actually, if you have the Endgame Syndicate draft caddy, if you purchase that in the wow, and we get the 101, the first pick, incredible. If you purchase the draft caddy this offseason and you are paying the $29 a month for it, they have an update now where we can display the opponent and the total for Battle Royale, which is pretty cool. Honestly, it's pretty cool to be able to see those total. It would be awesome. This would be an awesome functionality to maybe brick if you are listening. To get the projection, if you could get a projection for a player. But we are up pretty clearly to me this week. Gotta go Cooper Kupp as the 101. I think he is the very clear 101 this week. Gotta feel pretty good. Gotta feel pretty good about that. Easy, I sent you the StreamYard. There we go. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good, man. Early morning.
Early morning. Yeah, well, it's like this was the way my day is set up. I could either stream right now and get it done, or it would be like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna knock it out right now. I don't know, hopefully get like 20 of these done or something like that. How did Battle Royale in week 1 go for you?
Theoretically, we were all over it, but didn't get the right combos, as they say.
I mean, you couldn't win without Joe Mixon.
Over it.
You just couldn't win without Joe Mixon last week, which I think any week that an objectively the wrong side of a good offense wins, like if Pacheco is what you need in a given week, I probably won't win very often. Is
Joe Mixon the wrong side of that offense? Like, I'm definitely #worried that D'Amico Ryans and Bobby Slowick are fake sharp.
Well, we know that Slowick is. I'm gonna do is Rice still there? I'm gonna do Debo here. Do you want to do Mahomes to set up Kelsey, or do you want to take Jonathan Taylor?
I like getting a running back here.
Okay. You guys can obviously see McCaffrey is undraftable for me in this format. I will be taking none of him. And if I do need to end up getting McCaffrey teams, I will do it on Thursday or Friday. But as of right now, I'm doing like minimum of 149er in every draft, which effectively means I'm taking Deebo Samuel or Jordan Mason every single time. On this one, I took Deebo, Kelsey or Bowers rest of the season. I mean, I think Kelsey is going to giga smash this week by a lot.
If the answer is not Kelsey, then we really messed up.
Yeah, if Kelsey has another, if Kelsey has another 3 for 35 game this week, and Rashee has 100 yards and Worthy scores again, then maybe we were just wrong for the entire summer, which is it's definitely possible. BR week 1, honestly, looking at my teams, I felt pretty good about it. But what happened was I was super heavy on Kincaid and McBride, and those guys were effectively the worst plays on the slate because you had to take them in the first 14 picks. And I think combined, they scored 9.6 points. I entered $750. I got $380 something back. Obviously, that is not sustainable. Well, actually, that's probably about what you would expect if you're going to max enter. If you don't win, you probably lose about 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's fine.
Reasonable.
Who would I rather have rest of the season, Neighbors or Collins? I would rather have Neighbors by like a million miles. Or not Neighbors. I'd rather have Nico by. Nico. I'd rather have Nico. I'd rather have Nico. I mean, I think if we're drafting again today, does Nico go ahead of Garrett Wilson if we draft again today?
Garrett Wilson's a hard line because I think he's got outs to like 200 targets, but Nico definitely cemented 1-2 turn, if not round 1.
Diggs with the 9 air yards, man. I can't really get 9 air yards out of my head.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
On that
it
performance.
Doesn't matter. I have a hot take for you here.
Okay.
Not a hot take. It's something that I haven't done because he's out of my rankings. I was going to say like at 4 or 5, you can take CMC and then you just swap it off to Mason or whoever later, but it's fine.
Not with Deebo. I think it's bad. I think it's bad with Deebo. I think maybe McBride and Kyler is what I do here when I have a Ram.
Yeah.
All right, we get our tight end.
Definitely some overreactions. I really like. I mean, is it like all of the elite tight ends are on this slate? So the tight end is pretty stacked, which means you can get a good one late pretty much every time.
All but Pitts, right? All of the elite tight ends.
I said what I said.
Yeah. Every good tight end is on the slate. Kelsey, Andrews, Kittle, McBride, not Kincaid. So Kincaid not on this one, which is probably going to save me some money.
I said what I said.
Yeah. I mean,
not on purpose.
my probably that'll be my biggest strategy this week in BR will be people are that this is wrong. That basically I am pretty sure there are good tight ends. I'm pretty sure Kelsey, Andrews, McBride, Kittle, all of these guys are strong plays again this week.
Yeah, I think theoretically Evan Ingram at a 35.4 ADP is a good click, but early in the week, I'm just trying to hammer what I think are inefficiencies before projections go live. And like once projections go up and people see like Mark Andrews is projected for, 12 and likely is projected for 6, like that'll, start to correct things.
I mean, this is just the first run on rotogrinders.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is probably
the blitz.
Well, it is the blitz, but this is the unadjusted blitz. Like Cardi has not tweaked anything from last week yet to this week. But
that's fine.
In that non-tweaking, Mark Andrews is projected for 12.59. Likely is projected for
6 and retiring.
Yeah. Likely is projected for 5.31. All right, we are on the clock here real quick. We need to take a running back, Kamara or Walker.
I like Kamara. I take a lot of Kamara with Lamb, but I think a Kamara, I think uniqueness angle to go away from the common mini and just like 1v1 cup over Lamb works.
Yeah, Darren, this is exactly how you do it. So let's say theoretically you are drafting Christian McCaffrey and you want to have him set up to take Mason. This is exactly what you do. You just have Mason at the top of your rankings. If you have
Yeah,
Mason at the
unless
top.
Mason got drafted, which he could both go.
So that is the thing. So you need to be cognizant of this because people like me are drafting Jordan Mason in these. So what you need to do is you need to understand that you need to feel good about ETN, like a guy who gets undrafted a bunch of the time. It's definitely not a foolproof strategy. All right.
That's why I think CMC is like undraftable in rounds 1 through 3, but like 4 to 6, I'm taking late guys anyway, so the opportunity cost is pretty low.
Yeah, I agree with this. I'm not really scrolling at tight end this week. Like last week, I was taking like Zach Ertz and Nova Fant and Jonnu Smith. We get the 101 again. Sick.
Yeah, dude, I was. You have Cup over Lamb?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think we can't. I think we can't overstate enough how much Cooper Kupp in 2021. Cooper Kupp in 2021 scored more fantasy points than any wide receiver ever, more than Calvin Johnson, more than Jerry Rice ever in a season, more than the most ever.
Yeah.
And that is just the dude that he looked. And now, is this going to be sustainable? Is he going to be able to hold up to a 40% target share until week 9? Well, probably not. Probably not a sustainable way to run the offense. But in week 2 here, I mean, come on, bro. He's going to lead the slate in volume.
He's my 2. I personally am still going Lamb just because we might eventually have to see. I mean, Dallas, I don't know, that game was pretty out of hand, like off the jump. And I don't know if the Saints are necessarily good, but Dome
he still got 10 targets in a game that was over at halftime.
And if any, and let's not forget, like Jake Ferguson is going to miss too. I don't know how much that actually tilts his way, but like probably a target and a half. Red zone share is going to go up probably a pretty meaningful amount. So I still do lean that way, but I don't think you can go wrong.
CMC's ADP is 3, but obviously he doesn't go there every time. He went at 1.6 in this one, but it's a very wide
half the time.
Yeah. So that is honestly, that's why I'm trying to get. I might try and do literally 70 of these today, because how often are there edges like this in large gambling contests? Like almost never.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to finish high to realize it, but rake is 10% and 1/6 of the field is taking CMC in the first
round. Rashi and Kelsey, or Rashi and Mahomes, you good with that?
Sure. Yeah. I haven't I don't have projections, so I haven't run my stuff yet. My gut is I'm punting QB off a bit more.
Yes.
But
yes. That was my reaction to last week as well.
Yeah. Well, I think it changes by the slate. There's just more good QBs on this slate in what's seem like better spots than last week. There's a lot of I am trying to force myself, because it's hard to transition from best ball brain and redraft brain to in season. And it's we love receivers, and man, it's really hard not to click 3 receivers this week. I think there's just really good angles, and I'm trying to force myself, the running backs score more points. And time after time,
I basically
historically it shows that probably
80% of the teams I drafted last week were 2 running backs as opposed to 3 wide receivers. They just score more points in 0.5 PPR scoring. And compare your 0.5 PPR projection, even from last week, James Conner, who doesn't get drafted 100% of the time in this format, to Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams will be projected 3 points worse or something.
Yeah. I mean, I think historically, I want to say it's a 60-40 split, and the winners are slightly or it's very close to efficient. It's just 2 tight end is the rake, and you can I think you lean 60-40 to RB. Dude, I think you can. I know you're not a big double stack bro, but I think you can take Kelsey here if you want to as well.
It's probably it's probably bad unless you think a team is like at all incentivized to run up the score, like, and because we don't have a bring back here, right? But I think this is a spot where a team might run up the score. I'm gonna do
I
Mason
would
here
go
unless you want to do Henry.
Dude, Henry, I think you have to smash the ADP game here because you might get.
Well, it is obviously a good spot for him, and we know the usage, right? Like they are not bringing Justice Hill in to score 3-yard touchdowns, so you just need Derrick Henry.
Did you score. I don't know if this is like I have bell curve, like the peak of the overthinking middle IQ was the Harbaugh quote yesterday about we didn't bring Derrick Henry in to get 30 touches, but then the rest of the quote is like he listed 8 guys of like, hey, we don't have just Henry, we have Mark, we have Isaiah, we have Zay, we have Rashad, we have Nelly as an Aguilar. So he listed everyone on the offense. He didn't list Justice Hill. So again, I don't know if like if you I don't know if you want to read into that, and it's probably just like an off the cuff comment, and he didn't mean to slight Justice Hill, but like I don't know. I don't think Justice Hill is getting in the way of Derrick Henry's ceiling in a home game against the Raiders.
Correct. All right, I have to remove the Brick. Just did an update to the draft caddy. I have to remove the draft caddy and then reinstall it, and I can get team totals and something else, which is nice.
Dude, if they let us get Gibbs or Mason here, I think it's a turbo.
I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah.
No, you're gonna get one of them.
Which one do you want? I don't care. I mean, it's
I think theoretically you have to do. It has to be Gibbs. You'll get plenty of Mason. You'll get plenty of Mason later, dude.
Okay, so that was a pretty sick one. I need to consciously remember that. I don't want to be doing a lot of my Mahomes double stack because I think the Mahomes shipper, like historically, if you look at Mahomes shippers in the post Tyreek era, it's been one guy smashes, whether it be Rashid, whether it be Kelsey, there was a random Demarcus Robinson smash in there, but then it is Noah Gray catches one, Carson Steele catches one, a left tackle, like he throws 5 touchdowns, but only one guy has a good game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like, I think I'm probably going single stacks on like 80%, maybe 15% naked QB and 5% double, like made up numbers, but something to that effect.
All right. I have downloaded the new draft caddy. Let's see if I'm able to unzip this and install it on air without missing a pick. That'll be a good sweat.
Last year, the field double stacked their QB 13% of the time. The top 1% of lineups did it 16%. The top 10 lineups did it 20% of the time. That
interesting.
That caveat there is Tua, Achane, Tyreek probably is like half of that. But
oh yeah. Crutches was saying that last week that the double stacks,
the last year data you can kind of throw it out.
Yeah.
Unless you think they can do that.
Unless you don't want to throw it out.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm in this draft too, so I can. We're battling.
We're battling against each other. Okay, that's that'll be good. Well, and okay, I'm on the clock. I guess I will do. Honestly, I think I'm St. Brown over Brees. What's your read on that?
Early, I have Brees, but like deep inside my gut, it's Amon-Ra against Tampa.
Feels like a good spot for St. Brown, and it also just feels Allen Lazard. I'm going to go ahead and call Allen Lazard not draftable personally.
No, correct.
That was I do have to say, man, the touchdown throw on the free play that did give me the vibes. I was like, that is just peak fucking Rodgers, man.
Yeah, he was in his bag, as the kids say.
He was in his bag. All right. I reinstalled the caddy, but I think I did something wrong. So this might be an off the air project. My gold star play of the week is opposite of your gold star play of the week. I think Jonathan Taylor in half PPR is the click this week. I think that's going to be the guy who when ETR posts their sim stuff. I don't know if you've done your sim stuff. I'm going to guess he ends up
Not yet, yeah.
going up. I'm going to guess he ends up going up to the running back one and is the highest optimal probability player of the running back position.
I mean, possibly. I don't have my hand in the dirt enough to have a take on the Green Bay defense, but yeah, it just playing against Malik Willis is going to increase your expectation a good bit.
Well, so I've been in some of these with you. You've been taking Josh Jacobs. What's the deal? What's the deal with that? What's your read?
That is
on
just
Jacobs?
like I think that is just he could get 30 touches, and
Sure.
you don't want to overthink that. I think.
Yeah, he could definitely get 30 touches. But are they 30 good touches? Are they 30 touches like Zamir White got last week or whatever?
No, I think it'll be better than that. It's they're at home, right?
Yes. Well, yes.
Yeah, so they're at home. Yeah, so they're at home. Total's like 41. They're like 3-point dogs. So they're still projected for 2 touchdowns. And Josh Jacobs' expectation in that has to be like half. Like what is the running back touchdown share on a Malik Willis offense? Like, so that's basically where I'm at. With
the Green Bay defense did get shredded by Saquon. That's true. I never really know what to do in these spots where you don't have a quarterback set up. So I guess I'll just be fine with Goff or Purdy, and I'm going to take Kelsey. All right, there we go. Got the spreads and the totals up.
Nice.
Beautiful. I'm gonna go Kelsey here. Chief in every draft, 49er in every draft. Ship it.
Yeah. I don't necessarily agree with the Chief, but I do have Pacheco on this team.
What is more likely rest of the season? Carr, a top 12 quarterback in fantasy, or Bryce, not one? Oh, definitely Carr. Definitely. I mean, Carr, if Shaheed catches a 60-yard bomb every week, then why not?
Yeah.
Brick, the next thing that we need in here, the whatever site you want, rotogrinders, ETR, whatever. We just need their raw projection, right?
Yeah.
For the overlay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have cooking in this one? Lamar, Brees, Pacheco. I like that a lot because you can do likely Andrews or Flowers when you take Lamar.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not super into the expensive quarterbacks this week because I think Jaden Daniels at home against the Giants is a smash. I think Kyler at home against the Rams. I like Goff. I like Purdy. I like Burrow.
So on this team, I've got Debo. I've got St. Brown. Would you do the naked Daniels or would you do the correlated quarterback?
Let me make a pick and I'll think. Oh no, I'm not up. You're up.
I'm up.
I like. Jaden Andrews goes early, so yeah, I think I would go I think Goff makes more sense.
Yeah.
Or Purdy,
I think that's right.
Whichever.
I mean, that is a 53.5 total.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's like this. It's early. I don't know what site Brick is pulling from for these, but here I'll go check Pinnacle right now. I bet it's pretty high.
I've got it at 51, but even still.
I'm surprised I'm not surprised the Bucks ADPs are high. This is what people do, guys. Look at this. Marvin Harrison Jr. down at wide receiver 17, Jameson Williams wide receiver 15. People cannot help but to just insanely overreact to whatever happened in week 1. It's just the name. It's just the name of the game.
Which way? Low or high? Meaning what?
Like Buccaneers, we've got wide receiver 5, wide receiver 14, running back 12, quarterback 9, which means and Jalen McMillan with an ADP and Bucky Irving with an ADP. So it seems like people are. Well, if they have an ADP, it just means they get drafted, though. That's which
No,
is Bucky Irving should not be getting drafted in this contest. How many sims do you have to run
zero.
before Bucky Irving ends up in the winner?
Infinite. No, it would never make sense.
Yeah.
It's a rematch of they played in the playoffs last year, right? Did Tampa Detroit play?
Did they?
Am I misremembering things?
Tampa beat Philly, but I guess they did play the Lions in week 2.
Yeah. Not that you can draw like a whole ton of inferences from that game, but I remember that being a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Evans 147-1.
I'm definitely taking this is a Jordan Mason-esque team. No, I have Debo.
You got the double though. Yeah.
Okay. I like Walker. I like Walker. Walker should be he will not be 100% drafted. He definitely is not going to be 100% drafted in these early contests. And before he had the abdominal injury, it was the first time in his career, he's entering into year 3, first time in his career he's played more than one long down and distance snap in a game. He played all the long third downs before he had the abdominal injury.
He like kind of has it in his bag, and like I'm surprised it hasn't happened more. And I think, well, I guess the downside or the opposite is that I think Sharps caught a touchdown last week. So,
well, he did
he's
on a total busted play after Walker got injured.
Yeah. I mean, Ken Walker is just like super fun, and
this I agree with.
This is a huge favorite.
Jefferson and Mason in BRs this week feels like a giga smash, like super giga mega.
Yeah.
Get Jefferson round 1, Mason round 5. The Pats defense, yeah, I mean, look, the Pats defense is going to be fine. They're probably not going to give up a ton of, they probably will give up 50 a couple times this year because the offense is not going to put them in a position to succeed. So it'll just be the other team. Just why is Mason a good play? Do you know ball, bro?
30 touches yesterday.
Yeah.
He also
Isaac Urendo didn't come in the game, dude.
No. That's not true. He came in the game, and then Jordan Mason was like, "Get me the fuck back in there," and Shanahan called the timeout and got Mason back in there.
Is that true? I mean, at what point I stopped watching after the third quarter? I think.
I don't remember. But yeah, Jordan Mason got the
also
ball 28 times.
Look at the username that asked Eli Mitchell.
Yeah, I know it. Eli's in the streets.
Eli's wow, and I get Cooper Kupp at 3 here. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Yeah, Kupp. I'm just jamming in all of these. Does Mason still have value? I mean, you're like not in this format. You definitely. I mean, don't drop him in 12-team leagues or anything. Mason is not going to get benched for spilling the beans because Kyle Shanahan is a huge dick, but I think he will realize that was his fault.
100%.
Yeah.
And also, I think that is just like the most overthinking you could do, because if you think Mason is going to get in trouble for spilling the beans, wouldn't it be worse if the coach retaliated against the
guy who just won you a game, the guy who just chunked off 150 yards? Yeah, this right here, bro, this is the most mid-ideated thing. First off, CMC will be ruled out. Schefter said on Monday Night Football Countdown, he's not playing. And the Jets defense is very good. Why would you the Jets defense has all these great players. They just got torn up by a really good offense and a really good running back. What are you hiring hard right now, bro?
Oh yeah, no, this is outside. I didn't even know that there was grass around me to be mowing.
No,
I think someone's just taking the mow for a joyride.
All right,
I'm gonna
do
Chase
another
here.
Chase. All right, we'll do a Cup Chase
because you have one quarterback behind you. So if 50-50, you get Mahomes back, or you could go Rice and set up Burrow.
You know, the
That is
funny
fun.
thing about that
Oh
Rams
my
Lions
goodness,
game,
this guy. Oh, I hope this guy is not in your chat.
I
The
believe
guy
he also
picking two
snapped off.
is
He snapped off Lamar at 1-2 as well.
yeah.
So
That is
this would be this could be one to do Pacheco. You do Pacheco and you do Burrow or something. I don't hate that.
I mean, I just feel like you want Mahomes, and we'll figure out what to do with it later, but I guess that decided for you.
There we go. Yeah. So Mahomes, I mean, obviously great. The thing about this slate is that the guys who you're scrolling down for actually project for a lot of points, like David Montgomery, Kenneth Walker, Devontae Adams, Marvin Harrison, DK Metcalf, George. Well, it's the scroll downs at wide receiver are not as good actually. So maybe that's the meta this week is the scroll downs at wide receiver are worse to me this week because you could scroll down last week for Dell and Diggs, which there's no equivalent this week. I don't think.
I have some takes. If you want to take like a breath after this, I have some scroll takes. Again, I'm not scrolling so much on Tuesday, but I think that there's some guys that are going to project really well and come up as those projections go live.
All right.
I feel pretty good about.
Gotta do worthy.
Man, Debo's a gift too, but he can't go. Yeah, he can't go naked.
Well,
it'll be unique.
If Mahomes throws 5 touchdowns, 1 to each guy. Well, let's just push it. We have Mahomes, so let's just see what happens.
Oh, you can't draft the fourth receiver is the problem.
I was gonna say that was well, look, not everyone you draft is
naked.
Not everyone you draft is going to be a shipper, and that's fine.
It's naked. No. You have unique leverage on this.
I would not drop Jackson Smith and Jigba for Rashid Shaheed, but I bet if you wanted to, you could find a fantasy football tout to agree with this. You could definitely find someone in the fantasy football space to agree with you on this, but not me.
Maybe I'm a hater. I just don't know how you would ever feel like unless the role changes meaningfully versus what is in my mind's eye. I don't know how you could ever feel good about starting Rashid Shaheed in managed leagues. Whereas Jason, I think, has like a path to that with one or two things breaking.
Yeah, like how many times have you started Rashid Shaheed in week 7 because of buys and injuries, and he gets no run, literally doesn't get the ball.
Yeah.
Connor, Dobbins.
What's the tight ends? Are we gonna get box out? No, because there's a good tight end no matter what.
There's a good tight end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's do Connor. I got offered Bryce Young for Brian Thomas. Yeah. No. See, this is a great example. Like the person.
You blocked this person.
Bryce Young.
You blocked this person.
Well, but they're being smart. It's like, hey, he is a starting quarterback. Yeah. Snap reject. I honestly, my heart of hearts, if you're giving me truth serum and I'm having to answer right now, no, my truth serum is you keep Worthy. My truth serum. Obviously, the intelligent play would be to do London. Like London, obviously, is gonna have a better game this week. I think maybe Kirk just needed to get his sea legs under him. He just needed to play some ball again, and it'll be better. And this will feel stupid, but you probably do have to.
Old Mike Penis is gonna come and save the day.
Save him, sure. Yeah, drop any of these players for Jordan Mason, Shakir, Dowdle,
super fast.
Whoever.
And even if CMC comes back in like 2 weeks, that'll have been the correct move.
Here's a good stat. Worthy already has 1/3 of Drake London's career total touchdowns.
Yeah.
My guy traded Justin Fields and T. What kind of leagues do you guys play in, bro? This is just crazy stuff. We should probably scroll a little for tight end on this one. It's kind of chalk. Well, actually, I guess Mahomes unstacked is not chalky, so we could just take.
There you go.
Managers. Yeah, we could just take managers.
You could. The galaxy brain is like if Mandrews gets there, are you losing to the Lamar teams? So like, do you scroll for like a freaking Evan Ingram or something?
Evan Ingram, I did just check.
I hate Evan Ingram, but I
I
think
hate
he's
Evan
going to
Ingram.
project well.
Well, he does. Evan Ingram projects
Yeah.
for more than Mandrews.
That's crazy.
Classic. Well, this is
check FanDuel. Check
I was
FanDuel.
going to say
But
those
yeah,
are DraftKings
actually,
projections. Pretty
check
close.
Yahoo because now FanDuel has bonuses, but directionally,
That's okay. Here, we'll check. That's a good point. I should use Yahoo when I'm doing these.
I've told myself using the FanDuel, it'll give you bake in like a 55th kind of percentile, 60th percentile, which might, be something you want to look at anyway. But yeah.
Okay, well, they're not uploaded yet.
Yeah.
Okay. You wanted to talk scroll the F1
Oh yeah.
guy.
Yeah. So like a quarterback, I don't know if you want to go by position, but like
Yeah.
Dak doesn't like, I think Dak Lamb works really well. I like bringbacks Kamara and Olave. Like the Goff Purdy thing, Kyler, like, dude, the Bills, the Cardinals were on the road against Josh Allen in Marvin Harrison's debut, and 4 Cardinals were going in every single draft last week, and now they're at home against the Rams defense that is no longer has Aaron Donald. I think it's
Kyler
like a
played well in
super
that game.
get right spot.
Kyler played well in that game. They were in a position.
Yeah.
They were in a position to win a road game against a team that is 3rd in the NFL. In here, let's look at his EPA stuff from yesterday. If Ben has it pulled up, I bet he does. Look at that, 0.17 EPA per play, 6.8 total EPA.
These numbers mean.
It means he played. It means he played well.
Green is good. Yeah.
Green is good. Like, for example, let's compare that to what Mahomes did. More EPA, more total EPA, more EPA per play than Lamar, for example.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, so like the most recent comment, like, why does Marvin Harrison run like he's sponsored by New Balance? Like, I don't know. It's like his first game, and like maybe for some reason he was like dogging on like the 3 plays that were cut up on Twitter because he wasn't the first read or something. I don't know.
I mean, how about Marvin Harrison Jr.?
That.
My current take is Marvin Harrison Jr. has been the greatest player on the field every game he's played since he was 10. And that was the first time in his life he dealt with any like literal adversity on a football field. And if he's him, then he'll play better. If he's not him, maybe it'll be a little bit slower.
Yeah, I mean, my hand in dirt take is like, if that Twitter cut up of like those routes is like real, like that is going to be shown in film, and then Marv is going to be like, all right, I got you. Like, so I think like, I don't think you want to overthink this. I think like this is a super bounce back spot for the Cardinals, like in fantasy at least. And Burrow, obviously, with
there was pass interference at the end of that Bills game. I mean, Greg Dortch got tackled while the ball was in the air. That is a pretty interesting takeaways. There was a real split between teams that looked like they were ready to play and teams that weren't, like the Bengals coming out and shitting the bed versus, the Chargers played really well with Harbaugh. The Chiefs played really well. The 49ers played really well. And the Jets, I mean, how shitty did the Jets, like basically everything good that happened for the Jets.
Too.
Salah
they
came
out ready. Yeah, one drive. Yeah. I mean, the first drive, I was like, man, the Jets are back. And then I think they went 3
We'll
out.
always have that one drive, man. We'll always have that one drive. All right.
Yeah. So quarterback, so that's why it's hard for me to click Lamar and Mahomes, but I'll take my medicine a fair bit.
Running back,
I like the top guys. I think Mason's good.
Like this range. Obviously. I like Montgomery, Mason, Walker, and Stevenson quite a bit.
I think Aaron Jones at home against the Niners is pretty cromulent. I think if you keep scrolling, Pollard maybe, but like not this
I played a bunch of Pollard last week.
Yeah. Najee maybe later, Jerome Ford.
I've clicked some Najee. This is the lowest I've gone. Ford is the lowest I've gone running back at this point.
Yeah, I agree. It's less sexy than it was last week for me in the dumpster. That's why I do prefer 3 receiver, at least for now.
I think you could get away with Chase Brown this week if one of the guys against the
What is
Chiefs
he?
is going to catch 6 passes. I mean, you could do Moss too.
Yeah,
I just think
you need like I think because the games are so good this week, you need 20 out of everyone
you
in your
need
lineup.
20.
Maybe not tight
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
So that's what I have kind of in the back of my mind.
And then the wide receiver scrolls are awesome. Brian Thomas Jr., A.D. Mitchell. When you do Richardson,
It's deep.
this is an interesting one. What if Hollywood plays? What if Hollywood plays and he's undrafted in half of these?
Oh man, that'll be
Yeah.
interesting. Josh Palmer possibly, but if you scroll up, Christian Kirk is like barely drafted. Amari
Lad
against
is good.
I like him. Like I just did in our last one, Amari like against the Jags, where in my brain, like I don't know, the Jags are not that good. Like there's gonna be huge overreactions. Amari had a bomb hit him in the hands that he dropped that he would have, added like 60 yards and a touchdown to that. And Joku is probably going to be out, if not already confirmed out. So I think he could get 12 targets.
I really agree with this. Incredible spot for Neighbors against a bad
Yeah.
defense. They should have some more room to breathe. Like we knew coming into week 1, Brian Flores was like he could not wait to put Daniel Jones in jail. And what did he do? He put Daniel Jones in jail.
Put himself in jail, dude. He is so bad.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin against the Giants, I think, is really great. Olave, like 35.5. Like historically, if these ADPs hold, that's like a sub 10%. And by that I mean of drafts.
Yes, of drafts. Yeah.
So like divide by 6. So like, single digit percent owned. Single digit percent owned.
Now, this is the tough stuff because historically, tight end is the position that you do want. I mean, we saw last week, scroll for Juwan Johnson, scroll for Foster Moreau. I guess Pitts ended up being in the winning lineups.
Yeah.
But this historically has been the position you want to scroll at. I honestly, in good conscience, good faith, cannot advise it this week. These top 7 guys are so strong this week. It's not a really good scroller.
I think Kittle is gonna shoot up after, like, if CMC misses, like Kittle's gonna be projected possibly tight end 1 on the slate. Maybe not Laporta at home against Tampa, but like he will project more than Kelsey, I think, or at least up there. I think Mark Andrews is gonna flip likely. So like I think that top 6 is really strong. I like Evan Ingram fine. Hard to get off the board here. I think there's some overreaction here on the tight end front.
Probably, yeah. This is a great point. Like McBride, got all the usage you could have wanted. It just didn't quite peel off for him. I think in terms of exposure, what I'm aiming for, I'd be aiming for McBride first, Kelsey second, Laporta third, Andrews, Kittle, Bowers. I probably won't take any likely. Honestly, I really probably just won't click them at all.
Yeah, I think if like likely more expensive than Andrews is correct, like there's going to be 16 more slates for me.
I'll have taken a punt on the biggest slate of the year, the best ball slate, if that's what you end up needing. So it's time to well, I mean, the Kyler stuff just makes me so. The idea that he played bad in that game just makes me so mad. He was really good in that game. Sometimes
they were beating the Bills for most of it. I don't know.
What do you think about double tight end this week with all those guys projecting so well? Are you in or out?
Out.
Yeah.
I think out.
I think out. I don't think I would do it. I would only do it on a Mahomes Kelsey team. That's the only spot where I would do it. Where you take Andrews or something at the end, 6th round.
Yeah.
We're gonna get another Cooper Kupp here, and I bet this feels like one where McCaffrey goes in the 1st round. While Mahomes ripped 101. All right.
Well, maybe this draft has been flipped on its head.
It's been flipped on its head. Have you gotten the feeling that the pool is less dictated by ADP and more dictated by, scroll the F down, badge bros type of mentality this year? That like the results of an individual draft are weirder than what you were seeing last year?
No, not really. Like if you zoom in sometimes, but if like no, I think people follow it pretty closely.
Yeah, McCaffrey
Still.
not going. McCaffrey not going in this
Yeah.
one. So Mahomes did go, but I still think I'm about to peel off Rashi Rice here.
Go with God, brother.
You think?
I don't know.
You think? What do you think?
You
think D Hember? I Garrett Wilson too. Actually,
yeah.
Kyron. I'm gonna do Kyron.
No, it's a double. Don't do the double. Don't do the double.
Shit. See, that's what. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do Garrett Wilson. That happened to me more times than I cared to admit.
Yeah, I know, because I think Kyron is my prediction. Like you said, Jonathan Taylor is going to be, projected for RB1 or RB2. I think projections are going to drop, and Kyron is going to be a first round pick by the end of it.
All right. Well, we let the Mahomes 101 drafter get his stack. Pacheco's good on this team. Get us a chief.
Sure.
How long until the Garrett Wilson sloppies realize that I disagree, man. Garrett looked. If you go back to that one drive, Garrett Wilson looked really, really good. What's wrong with doubling up on teammates? So obviously nothing in the grand scheme of things, but if you think about what we're trying to accomplish in Battle Royale, this is 0.5 PPR scoring. So if a team runs like 70 plays, it doesn't matter. We're trying to hit the nuts. Go look at the teams that won last week. Look at how insanely nutted out they were. It's very hard in half PPR scoring for two teammates with their quarterback to all be the top scoring guys at their position. The
caveat is it could happen. It for sure could happen for these guys. I don't think you should do it ahead of ADP. I think you take it past ADP and allow it to come to you that way. But like, I wouldn't reach into it. Is basically where I was at.
So here's the thing, JMC, is you probably won't be able to swap to if you're in a room, like think about it. If you're in a room that is smart enough to let CMC fall, you are probably also in a room that is smart enough to draft Jordan Mason, which means that you won't be able to swap to him. If you think through that math.
Yeah. You will get a swap to someone. I just hate. Yeah. So you'll have to be thoughtful about your rankings and stuff, but you could, you might end up with like, 15%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll end up with a bunch of Kenneth Walker that you didn't really intend. I think this is McBride, right?
Yeah.
Or Kittle, McBride or Kittle.
Yeah. Either one. I like having a Niner, but you could set up the cover.
I don't have hardly any Kittle yet. Lestoic, this is true. You did try and give me Lazard overs, and I was offended. I was legitimately offended. The other thing we could do here is I don't think I've taken one Richardson team yet. We could take Richardson.
Yeah.
All right. Bang. Rotogrinders has projections out too. It's just the
like Blitz algo.
No, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's completely unadjusted for usage last week. It's just all baselines. Like this is probably what their baselines were preseason, factoring in team total and things. Yes. Yeah. All right. And then probably this is it would be a good. I think Mason you can play with his guy. Yeah, Richardson, how is this your takeaway from week one, dude? He had like the most impressive pass of week one.
He missed a couple and he
missed some absolute sitters to Mitchell.
But he also had the throw of possibly the year as well.
The Doolin throw was a fucking dart too. Beat the safety because it was so fast.
Dude, what are your thoughts on showing up? Yeah, you can rip Mason here if you want.
That's pretty close. Mason with Kittle. I'm gonna do because it's tight end, so the bar is
Oh,
lower, and I just want
I forgot about Kittle or whatever. But like,
it's fine.
Somebody drafted Zach Ertz, and like maybe he has Jaden Daniels, so like I kind of get it. But imagine showing up to a Kelsey, McBride, Andrews, Kittle fight with Zach Ertz.
With
Is
Zach
like
Ertz.
that's why it's kind of tough this week.
That's why, yeah. I think your scrolls are. What's the prize pool like this week for college football battle royale?
50K
10K to
total,
first.
10K up top.
So they made it a little smaller. That's, I mean, fine.
I think because the pool, the player pool, they had to change, so they had to wipe it and just
They had
put
to
it back
do
up.
they had to do
They have
another
like a
contest.
day or two
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
They had a day or two less.
And I mean, it overlaid 2 weeks in a row. What's exposure? I don't know. I'm not trying to be too persnickety about my exposures. I'm just kind of trying to draft good teams. Okay, I'm gonna make this pick, and then I'm gonna go pee. So I need you to vamp for me for a second. I'm fucking hammering coffee this morning. I mean, I hope to get Cooper Kupp again here, or Lamb. What do you? I guess my truth serum take would probably be Jefferson should probably be third in these ahead of Brees, but
yeah, I am going Brees just to like respect the ADP, and I've seen the narrative floating around enough of like there's nobody else out there. Justin Jefferson is going to get like bracket coverage, and like I just frankly don't care. Like, give me the 15 targets.
Yeah, come on,
bracket
Justin Jefferson, and then it just means there's going to be more turf behind him once he beats both your corners. It just means there's more field.
I love that.
Like, did you see what he did to that poor Giants corner on his touchdown? Like that poor man.
Yeah.
That poor man was just in fucking. He's the best, and it doesn't matter because we're gonna get CD anyways. All right, I want you to talk through what you are doing with Lamar in BRs this week with an 8.5 ADP, and I will be right back.
Yeah, I'm lower in my rankings. I have him like 10 for now, so I'll take him when he falls. But it's nice that you have 3 bailout back stacks. I think Andrews and Flowers are both too cheap. And likely I don't want at his ADP, but I am totally fine if for some reason both Andrews and Flowers get sniped. So I respect Antonio Pierce more than most, but I think, I'll play the backstack game. But I still have, I think, Andrews 1, Flowers 2, as far as my stacking options, specific to this slate, because I think wide receiver is really deep.
You think Andrews over Flowers?
Just because I really like Debo so much. Like, there's a spot on every single team reserved for one of Debo or Ayuk, and then I take a receiver in round 1 or 2, so it doesn't leave me a whole lot of room for Flowers.
We can get Jackson right at 10 here, which feels like a good spot to do it.
Yeah, I think that plays.
This is I bet I will dupe myself at least once this week. I bet I will dupe myself with a Kupp, Rice, Mahomes, Andrews, Mason, Kenneth Walker team or something. I bet I'll dupe myself this week.
It's hard to dupe yourself, man, just the way draft games are.
Yeah, this is not going to happen, man. This is just not. It's just really not.
I don't know if it's like workplace retaliation laws exist in the NFL, and like honestly probably would be the opposite if anything. But like,
right?
Oh yeah, this is a jam if you can get.
He went.
You go Pacheco too, dude, and you just say like, in theory, like here's the mid IQ brain is Pacheco pairs real well with Lamar, and you're just saying, hey, like if you need,
you're saying the Bengals don't put up a fight. Mahomes has 180 yards and a touchdown, or even 2 touchdowns in the first half, but then the second half is Pacheco time. Now, dude, if the Chiefs are up 20 points in a game this year, they are going to break people's brains with with the Carson Steele, P. Ryan, Noah Gray bullshittery. Just it's peak Andy.
Yeah.
I don't think Ayuk is in the doghouse because he can't fit in it because he's so fucking fat and out of shape. Did you guys see how gassed Ayuk was last night? This dude, after every route he ran, he was gassed.
This is a reminder to self for next week, not for drafting, because week 1 is such a small percent of what matters for drafting. But like week 1 DFS next year, like the holdouts better be super discounted ownership wise because they all looked terrible.
Even Chase, who'd been like at practice, looked pretty bad.
Dude, it's hard. Like the NFL, it's so hard to get into game shape.
I'd rather have Cup than Garrett Wilson. I'd rather have Cup than Garrett Wilson.
Yes.
All right, we are gonna get Andrews or Flowers here.
You just punt that until later.
And you want to do Ayuk?
Like Ayuk.
Actually, I want to do neighbors. I want to do neighbors.
Yeah. That's a fun one.
My take last week was that 5,900 would be the lowest that Malik Neighbors will ever be on DraftKings.com. Now that'll probably end up not being true. I don't know let's see. What do we think Neighbors' salary is? I'm gonna guess he's 5,600. I haven't looked yet. Nope, he is more expensive. He's 64. He's 6,400. So 5,900 will be the cheapest that Neighbors will ever get
because the algo considers ownership.
Correct.
I think.
Yes, it does. Well, at least it used to. I guess we don't know with 100% certainty if it still does because we haven't gotten an update on the DraftKings algorithm in a long time. I'm going Mandrews over Flowers here, or likely.
You could go, or you could go Ayuk and just take whichever tight end falls, or you could go Flowers and take Kittle, but you can't really go wrong.
I mean,
look, two tight end team behind you,
30,000.
I like Ayuk.
$30,000 decision here. Yeah,
it's huge.
We could have just made a $30,000 mistake, dude.
Won't be the last time. Won't be the first time.
I mean, this is not exactly true. It's just like I'm just not totally readjusting my priors after week 1. Personally, I'm still keeping some of my priors. Honestly, yeah. How many other $3,800 wide receivers in your life do you know are going to run 100% of the routes? Like, just is what it is, man.
There's like 2 or 3 guys. Yeah, I think 1 week, and I think we'll see this with Mark Andrews. At least that's what I'm telling myself. You will 1 week of getting back into game shape makes a lot of difference for these guys.
And they'll tell, like, all those guys will tell you that. They'll be like, being in game shape is not the same as being in shape in general.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is I've always been an Ayuk-hater. I've been an Ayuk-hater this whole time. I've been a Debo bro this whole time.
This is how you end up with your accidental likelies, and that is
Chad.
Okay.
Chad just snapping off.
That stunk. That stunk.
Yeah,
that's
long time. I mean, long time friend of the program, Chad Candles.
Yeah.
But that was stinky. 112. Wow, I'm pacing, bro. I'm gonna get a shit.
It's what I did last week. Is I kind of barbelled it, not on purpose, just like how my time was available last week. But yeah, I think
I ended up doing a ton on Friday. I ended up doing a ton on Friday last week.
Hopefully this doesn't fill too early because I would love to do this on Saturday.
Well, now that your boy is in the game, juicing these fill rates, they might have to make it bigger. Imagine how big the contest would need to me.
Oh.
Imagine how big. Imagine how big they would need to make these contests if Pete did a 4-hour battle royale stream on a Wednesday. Imagine how big they'd have to make this contest. They'd have to make it.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they do, because last week it was pretty big. It was week 1 and it filled like 2-3 days earlier. So they just kept it and said, hey, it filled Saturday.
Right? Yeah.
or afternoon early. Yeah. But I would be surprised if it's not bigger next week.
They dropped so what they did this week, which I like this idea,
Yeah.
is they dropped a big $3 one, which I love. I think that's cool. All right, this will be a I'm gonna do Jefferson on this one. I mix the ranges up. I don't do the same thing every time. Top 10. Yeah, this was a fun you want to talk about a contest where you're going to get rewarded just snapping off running backs?
Yeah. It's that's one simple trick that Deposit Kingdom hates. This one simple trick.
One simple trick Peter Overzet doesn't want you to know is that you don't have to take three wide receivers in this contest. This is when the McCaffrey thing is just annoying when they're all gone, but I'll do JT here unless you want to do something different.
We could try and get revenge on the Lamar thing, but no, I like JT because we can set up some Niners.
This is good. What would the entry fee field size need to be in order to have $1 million top prize? It would have to be, they'd have to almost set it up like a week in advance. It'd have to be like a week one. You'd have to have 14 days to draft it. It'd be $25 to enter because that's the only way they could get it to fill. But realistically,
the pool has to be
happening.
Like $3 million. That would have to be like 3 million because like they pride themselves in going flatter than most. So like I don't think it would be more than 33%.
No, CMC is not good to go next week. Adam Schefter said on Monday Night Football Countdown he's unlikely to play, which also I think Mason absolutely smashing and Debo running well just made it less likely. But I thought it was a big deal. He took himself out of practice. It wasn't the doctors.
Yeah,
how often do you see a guy like McCaffrey say, "I'm too injured to play"? That like never happens. So, yeah, 101.
I mean, I think that there's a lot of spookiness. Yeah, I think it's a coin flip, cup or lamb. I think there's enough spookiness around calf. Like, man, I hate injury reporting. And like all off season, it was like barely talked about calf, and it was like, who cares? And then with like, as soon as BBM filled, then they updated the injury report to say calf/Achilles. I'm like, fuck. It's like I feel real bad about the CMC 101 teams.
If I hear the word Achilles, and also this is their business model. They love the pick.
It's just it's hard. Yeah, it's just hard to like. The game takes time to draft, and you have to be kind of thoughtful, and it's like it's just hard to get that many people like that. DraftKings, you can make a lineup in like 6 seconds, and you can optimize 150, and that takes up a huge percentage of entrants. So I don't think it'll ever get that big, nor do they want it to, nor should they.
They don't even really want
it. It'll be harder. Yeah, it'll just be too hard for people to win.
Yeah. All right. Oh, shit, I was gonna say Kelsey here. Daniels, McBride, Dobbins.
I like Daniels. I
don't think I have a Daniels team yet, so I do like that. And I'll probably play him on
decide. You can play naked. You can play with neighbors. You could play Terry. You can do kind of anything.
No, CMC Mason won't be. CMC and Mason will not be in a timeshare. When McCaffrey plays, he gets the ball.
Maybe for 1 week.
Maybe for 1 week. Sure. The T. Higgins reports are, if that dude has the smallest, most annoying injury, he's not playing. T. Higgins is not
unlikely
playing.
to play versus the Chiefs, is what they say.
Yeah. If these games were the focus of the company, I think they'd add some salary cap best ball contests as it stands. I mean, to be honest, do you like me personally? I don't have enough time to play all of the games that they add anyway. Do I need them to add more? Me personally, and I don't need another salary cap game. What am I doing in my life with another salary cap game? Like, it's enough already.
I agree. The only reason for a salary cap game is like you could do more volume with less time. but I don't
But
think
they don't
like
care. They don't care about that.
Underdog rightfully so wants you to spend as much time as possible like opening their app, which is a good thing for them.
Connor, Andrews, Bowers. This good. We could scroll. We could scroll on this one. Do you want to do Connor, Mason, Dobbins, Kamar? I like Connor.
Yeah, Connor's good.
Connor got the ball on 8 of their first 10 plays last week.
That was pretty
crazy. Yeah.
And it worked.
It did. I mean, he's a good player. Trey Benson got 1 drive in the third quarter. Their third drive, they just stuck. It must have been their scripted stuff, and then it was Amari DiMercado on third downs a little bit. Spanish for soon to be on the waiver wire. How about DJ Dallas, by the way, having an ADP this week? Pretty good stuff.
Whatever draft that was should get tossed. Or you know what that is? That is if DJ Dallas is going to be inactive, that could just be a placeholder for like a Jordan Mason swap or something.
All right.
This is where you can fake sharp yourself into Ertz, and I think the correct move is to just take Andrews or Ingram because they're just going to score more points than Ertz.
They're just going to score more points. Yeah. Maybe if it was full PPR, I could have psyoped myself there a little bit more. God damn, dude, these are freaking addictive. I could just sit here. I could just sit here and do these all day. I could do this all if I could just do this all day. I mean, I think everyone kind of knows the deal with Jalen Wright, right? Jalen Wright is, and he might even be. I wonder if they swap him and Jeff Wilson Jr. this week because Mostert has this shoulder injury, and I wonder if they play Jalen Wright a little bit more because they're on the short week. They play Thursday night. Yeah,
well, I mean Jeff Wilson. Like, I don't know if people are drafting like the 2 gamers, but it would not shock me if both both sit. I don't know.
It'd be pretty gosh darn tilting for me if A-Chain sat after how good he looked in week 1. I know
everyone really cares about my home leagues, but I have a Puka I had a Puka A-Chan home league that I was like making fun of all of my friends in, like I'm gonna dominate, and
tough scene. You want to I mean, I would probably not drop Vidal because Gus Edwards looked like giga ass. Yeah, sure, but
that'll pay off. But
Greg George though, you're talking to the king of the Greg George fan club. But Vidal's winning you the league range is much better than G George.
Yeah. You might have to sit on that one for 2 months, but I think there will be better opportunities than Dortch.
God damn. The field is woke now, dude. The field is woke now. We officially have no Badgers passing on Christian McCaffrey. Could be wrong. No, I think we all agree. I think we all universally agree with this. Every slappy idiot in the Deposit Kingdom last night was trying to draft as many. I think I drafted 15 BRs last night.
But it's only how full is the? Can you click the I button? How full is it? Like 10%, 15% now?
Oh, not even 9.7.
Yeah. So, last like 1% of the field has Cup in the second round. It's okay.
Yeah. You could play.
Not poo-pooing JMC because he's good at this, but yeah.
Yes. No, I mean, obviously, like if all things were equal, I would have loved to have done 150 last night. It's just not the way the world works. All right, Lamar goes. We got Brees. What do you want to do now on this one?
I go Chase here. Sometimes the room gifts you with Mahomes on the way back. Otherwise, like there is a chief
if
available.
If the room is going to gift us Mahomes, wouldn't we rather take Rashee?
No.
Well, maybe we'll get a bring back. We'll do Worthy on this one.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm not overthinking the Burrowhead stuff, and which you'll laugh about, but I think his ADP, he's just not drafted enough. this combo at least.
Joseph R. Burrow.
Yeah.
I mean, I said this the whole off season, but the vibes around the Bengals, I mean, is it the worst vibes in the AFC?
Is like
terrible vibes.
I think we're too woke. I think that's too online.
It's too woke.
I think that's too woke. I think you read too many of Sam Sherman's tweets about how poor Jesus Christ every single Chief went.
Yeah. It's fine. We're gonna take Taylor.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase's team, like his camp last week, is putting out quotes about like basically like this sucks ass. Like he literally was having to deal with contract negotiations the morning of a game. Like that sucks for everyone. And the quote that came out was I'm gonna forget which insider it was. I can't remember if it was Tom Pelissero or whoever, but it was there were some cash flow issues, which is that is what me and Sam have been saying all off season, is that they're fucking broken.
I know, but I think that's too online. I think
the chat is right. The chat is right. My bad. The Browns are also in the AFC.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah. And until the Niners like proved me wrong last night, I think the vibes around the Niners were pretty freaking terrible. But then again, Ayuk and Trent Williams did it. They did kiss and make up, and all seems well.
Also, yes, the Bengals are terrible week 1 every year. Joe Burrow's wrist, I mean, just has your guys' third eyes are so closed, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just embarrassing. All right, this team it's almost gonna have to be at this stage it's gonna have to be a Burrow team. We're in jail, dude. It would be tough to be It would be tough to be a fan of my content and to be a Bengals fan. It really those are two diametrically opposed things. I apologize. Yeah. Or to be a Bills fan, or be like that Davis guy. I really like the cut of his shit, but I'm a Bills fan. Damn, I wish you could take 3 running backs. I am just gonna snap off Garrett Wilson here. A-Bot Jones doesn't.
Oh, you're gonna go? Are we gonna play Rodgers? We going Rodgers?
No, we'll do
the scroll.
Burrow. We'll do Burrow. But
we have Bruce. Just remember. Okay.
Fuck.
You got 30 seconds, bro. You got 30 seconds. You can't carry the time. You can't bring the timeouts with you.
That's one of 149. There you go. I'm disqualified from winning. Brees, although
you have to take Rodgers. Just go Rodgers. Just
sure.
If you're gonna punt it off.
Absolutely. The funny thing about that is until the until the Lazard catch on third down, 2 Jets had recorded a touch.
Don't go Rodgers here. Like no one's fighting you for Rodgers. It's round 5.
Let's I guess we gotta take it.
Go Kittle. Go Kittle.
Go
Kittle. We gotta. There's probably 2 schools of thought here. It's one, like, how do you salvage this team to a min cash?
I don't care about that. It's $5.
Yeah. Well, it's $0 now.
Oh yeah. Nerdy Tanner was doing the like bringing up the EVs of the teams, and we were doing it the other day. This team on a $5 entry would be worth about 11 cents. It would just be 0. Yeah, that's the other. You could just do Jaden.
Yeah. No, that definitely makes some sense.
Why is there what would the big brain be? Is there a big brain?
You don't need a big brain.
You don't need a big brain.
You don't need
a big brain. Unbelievably good play. All right, Jaden went. Should have taken Jaden there. Could take. Well, Burrow is better than Rodgers here. Naked Kyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Naked Kyler.
No, I might as well go Burrow. He's not drafted that much.
Yeah. Anyways, what I was saying was until that Lazard play with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, there had been 2 New York footballing Jets to touch the ball. Brees and Garrett.
Yeah.
That was it. Isn't that crazy? I mean, that type of stuff never happens anymore.
Yeah. What's the spread on that game? The Jets Titans.
That's a good. Let's do
We have it up here, but if you want to play the guessing game, we can.
Oh, it is up. Okay, well, I'm not looking at it. I'm gonna guess Jets by
At
4.5 at Tennessee. 4.5.
I would say 2.5, or maybe 3, and like
yours is right. Mine is wrong.
41.
I wasn't processing the home in a way.
41.
Pinnacle has the New York Footballing Jets. No, I was closer. 3.5. 3.5 at the Tennessee Titans. What is the better play? I love Matt Stafford, but it's just like never Matt Stafford. Somehow Matt Stafford sustains the greatest offense fantasy football has ever seen and never tops 19 points. Like just somehow never tops 19 points.
The game, they're both away, right? Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah. Probably Stafford. I straight up in what context? Straight up, you got to give me some context. The Jets defense absolutely does not stink. Under no it absolutely is a great defense. They just, the thing that you guys will learn that also, the people who pretend to know ball is good offense in this NFL beats good defense 10 out of 10 times, every single time.
Also, Sauce Gardner tried to tackle Deebo Samuel and then sat on the sideline for the next 45 minutes. Or stood on the sideline.
Mosley,
and I think that's a big deal too.
Mosley left for the Deebo rushing touchdown drive. He was not on the field for the Deebo rushing touchdown drive.
Yeah.
Season long 0.5 PPR. I mean, yeah, it's Marvin Harrison, but I'm not gonna kick you out of the chat for suggesting it would be Worthy. How many Worthy already has 2 touchdowns? What would you set the line at? Fuck. Cup goes 1. What would you set the line at? Worthy versus Marvin Harrison Jr. touchdowns, 2024 only.
Marv, like full season?
Full season, including the 2 Worthy already has.
Might be like even money.
I'd do Marv minus 0.5 minus 110 both sides. I think he's a slight fave.
Yeah, I think Marv is gonna like median 6. So yeah, it's like, is Worthy gonna get 4 more over the next 17 weeks? Maybe to probably.
Should we do Mahomes here or Rice and see what happens?
Yeah, we can do Rice, see what happens.
Dude, he looked
now
so good.
Yeah. Now, if you want to play the mid IQ game with me, is Kyron pairs really nice with CeeDee Lamb.
Yes, he does.
Not necessarily, this guy
Mahomes goes anyways, and this dude's about to snap off Kelsey. So we are moisturized.
That's why I thought you could take Rice, and he's not gonna take Mahomes, but.
Or what if Pollard is just a good running back? Like what if it turns out
Tony Pollard that's fine.
A good running back?
Yeah.
Like Pollard is just a.
Yeah, and they're also in like, granted, like I could absolutely see the Jets laying another egg like on the road against the Titans.
I mean,
like
the Jets are a very poorly coached team that has a bunch of drama surrounding them. Like it's just,
Yeah, things could spiral quick.
The
Jets, I think
Tony
Pollard is going to be good.
I mean, he looked. I mean, I don't know if he looked full Tony Pollard in week 1, but he looked a lot better than Tajay Spears. Like he looked good enough for them to immediately be like, actually, Tony Pollard is our better guy.
Yeah. And what is the, in like Coach Speak Index probably has this, but like this happened like several times after week 1, the old, we didn't mean to give this guy that many touches. Like how often does that snap back or not? Like I read that and I just laughed. I was like, okay, yeah, of course you say that, but like the game is going to be playing and Tony Pollard is going to start ripping off runs, and he's going to stay in the game.
I think Marv is probably pretty strong in
He's a
these.
good pick. We're not doing it.
I think he's a very good pick.
I think this could set up for if you want to go Kyler Marv and just screw this McBride
This
guy
is
behind us.
oh damn, I was gonna say Kyler McBride. Well, the guy behind us can't take a quarterback, so
No, I meant the McBride guy. I don't know if he has a quarterback.
oh sure.
Can you click the McBride team? Just for funsies.
Sure, that's fun.
No, don't no. Doesn't matter. It's okay.
It doesn't matter because we are going to take. Yeah, and we get it.
No, I was going to say take Marv. No, I was going to say take Marv so you don't end up naked and whatever. But.
Yeah. Well, you're never naked. You could take Michael Wilson. You could take Greg Dortch. He had a 30% target share and he had like 9 half PPR points. Look, 8. no one loves Wandale more than me, but I made
it's the wrong format. It's the wrong format for him.
It's the wrong. Wandale, very good full PPR seasonal pick.
Not his fault.
Yeah. Also, definitely not his fault. All right, Marv. Wandale on the Kansas City Chiefs is like worthy. Bro, I'm starting to think you don't watch the games, Terrence. I'm starting to think you don't watch the games. That San Francisco offensive line just absolutely murdered those dudes last night.
Yeah.
Any Olave team. I did a main event with Silva, Rebar, Thorman, and JJ, and I wanted Cooper Kupp and they wanted Olave, and I got outvoted, and I feel pretty brutal about that one.
That's a tough beat. Maybe we should have listened to, was it Greg Rosenthal?
Maybe we should have listened to everyone at Rams camp. Jordan Rodriguez, everyone was all over the very obvious storyline. What tight end do you want to do here?
Not likely. So I would go Bowers or Ingram, I guess, and not feel great about it.
It's crazy. There's just that my scrolling finger is getting very little exercise in this slate. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do Bowers. This is Tony Pollard, 14 rushing yards over expectation. So better than Kamara, better than Walker, better than Jerome Ford, better than Gibbs. Very, very strong week 1 performance. And I bet he had negative rushing yards over expectation last year.
Especially at the goal line.
Let's go. 2023 rushing yards over expectation per attempt for Pollard. Same as Josh Kelly and Ty Chandler.
Oh man, look at that. Tajay Spears, healthy as a rookie, was just as bad as the worst we've ever seen Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Jamal Williams, Kareem Hunt, Damian Pierce last.
Yeah. The Olave is the fake alpha everyone thought CD was, is so incredibly true. And I'm just sitting here waiting for him to have his CD moment. I need it badly.
I mean,
dude, that offense is good. I think that offense. Do you see the tweet going around of the Juwan Johnson touchdown in the formation that they were in?
No.
There's a screenshot. You could pull it up, or I could try and paint a picture for you. So, Taysom Hill is lined up at fullback. It's pistol with a running back behind. So Carr and shotgun, Taysom Hill to his right, Rashid Shaheed behind him. There it is. Alvin Kamara out wide, and Olave. And Juwan Johnson comes over in motion. And it's just like, this is just what was not happening the last, few years. This is just like...
They were number one in pre-snap motion. I mean, the Kubiak offense is in the same vein as the Shanahan KOC stuff. I think to be determined. To be determined, in my opinion. There definitely is. Definitely, there's a light for May because the Patriots actually played a little bit better. The line played better than expected in week 1. All right, this is Jefferson And let's do Jefferson and Mike Evans. I don't think I've got that one yet. That's very ADP. But yeah, they definitely have some juice. Also, let's wait for them to not play the Carolina footballing Panthers. Let's see what they look like not playing the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, this Cowboys game is going to tell you a
lot. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with this. This is too in the weeds. You're trying too hard to no ball. Garrett Wilson was open the whole game, every play.
He's also going to be thrown open, or rather, he's going to get opportunities to just make one-on-one plays.
Yeah, did you guys
always does?
Did you not see the first third down conversion? I mean, that was like literally vintage Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, Rodgers, Adams, where it was just a telepathic, like, Wilson, you got to know the ball is going to be there, and he knew it was going to be there, and there was nothing the defender could do about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you just know if the defender has like inside leverage and, you know, you're 7 yards in, like the ball's coming to the back foot. And...
yeah, it delays May getting there. It delays May getting there sooner. Like May probably doesn't play until week 6 or 7 or something like that now. But I also just continue to think Drake May is going to be the type of guy who plays good fantasy football. Sure. It was a bad sequence. It also was a bad sequence that should have never happened because Breece Hall got the first down before that. So it never should have happened to begin with.
Yeah.
All right. We've got Jefferson and Evans. Looks like the room wants us to take running backs. This could be a Gibbs team. This could be a Gibbs bring back team.
Gibbs or Laporta. Yeah.
Let's do Laporta. Let's do Laporta and Henry. Why not?
Sure.
Live a little. I'll be doing this swolecast with Soccer Dave in about an hour and a half, and I'm very curious to see if he is wanting to do a mea culpa on the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, we can write that funeral, but I think Ford and Amari are good plays against the Jags.
Ford is a good play. Amari is I don't know. It's just so hard for Watson to throw deep balls. Yeah, the unabated Pick'em show every Friday afternoon. Cardi is going to be on this week, so we'll be the progenitor of the secret sauce. We'll be doing the Pick'ems. Rashad is already losing touches to a 5th round rookie. So it's a very good point. All right.
Yeah.
What quarterback do you want? Do you want Baker? Do you want Goff? Do you want Darnold?
Yeah. I like Baker. Yeah.
Baker. No, Baker is well.
I don't think you get enough yards on that one.
Baker and Evans. Mason. Got to be Mason here.
Yeah, ship it.
I'm feeling locked in, man. I really feel like
it's very easy to just leave the draft and click another one.
It feels incredible, man. It feels okay. This is the biggest galaxy brain of all time. Why?
I do not believe that there are coincidences in life. And yeah,
it's the Cleveland Browns. It's the Cleveland Browns leaking it to try and get out of his contract because Florio, Mike Florio of ProFootballTalk.com obviously is plugged in to the Browns ownership, and the lead to his article, the literal lead to the article was, well, if this does happen, is it possible that the Browns are able to get out of his contract? And seems like the answer is yes. Seems like the answer to that is yes.
There's nothing. I mean,
it's possible.
I don't know. I should be careful with my words, but like that would be such a good run out to be able to get out of. Like you make the stupidest decision possibly in like recent sports history, like with that move. and it's obviously so many terrible things, like not obviously not even related to football, but the football is really bad too, and you get bailed out of it. Is like, yeah.
Definitely true. Jameis is a good pickup right now. I think you realistically you've got to have Bijan over CMC right now, right? With the, I mean it's close anyway, but I guess I would say maybe hold off until we get some reporting on what the, like, if it's actually
It
an
depends
Achilles
if you think you're
injury.
going to win week 2 or not, I think.
Right. Yeah, if you I'm going to take Brees. If you got stuck with the CMC 0 last night, so you lost week 1.
Yeah, if you're 0-1 and you're
0-1 and
your
you're going to
odds,
lose in week 2.
yeah. Yeah, because it can linger. I think the downside is pretty stark there.
Yeah, 100%. That's definitely not true. Like, again, CMC comes back, this dude gets the ball. It's just the
I think
reality.
his first week it might be 60-40, and then it's back. It's all the way back.
Oh, Rick Jefferson.
Tough for him.
Tough for him. What do you want to do?
You could go Lamar Zay here, like a Lamar Zay Adams.
All right, let's do that. He injured his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's a bad, and also
it's really hard to not play football for 2 years. It's really hard to not play football, professional football, for, was it 2 years he was out, or 1 year at least?
Like 1.5 years. He was out for a whole year and then didn't come back until week 12 the next year. So like 18 months.
It's like, as much as we like make fun of like how bad quarterback play is in the NFL, right? And like how many bad quarterbacks play each year, it's like, it's incredibly hard to play in the NFL. So yeah.
100%. What round pick do you think Evans, are you saying a rookie pick or a startup pick?
Yeah, it has to be, like, in a trade.
I mean,
I traded a second for Mike Evans last year, and then I quit the league. So I'd recommend doing that.
Ship it. I took Debo. That was
Debo's smash, man. Debo, like, if CMC is out, how many did he have? 8 rushes more?
8 rushes.
8 rushes.
And he had 5 in the first half. JMC, it depends how you define panic. But Jameson Williams being a real capable NFL wide receiver who can earn 8 targets and a win, that undeniably lowers the floor for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Just to go look at some of the other absolute jamokes who were playing in that offense alongside him. You know, Worthy
Debo
or
had
Kyron?
Carries as Rico Dowdle last week. Kyron. All the way to the bank. Like, Kyron should be like a 1-2 turn pick, I think, on this slate.
Yeah. I took every Debo higher on underdog.com and various stuff. Higher touchdowns. I hit it again at halftime. Yeah. Well, he did. I guess that's true. He did barely get there, but he's just such a freaking grown man. He's so unbelievably good. Yeah,
he's going to project. I think, DraftKings scoring, but I think ETR projected him for like 20 points last week, or yesterday, I should say, and that was against the Jets. Like, what do you think the projection is going to be at the Vikings dome?
22.
It won't be much. No, it won't be. It won't be like, I don't think it'll be meaningfully more. But like, yeah.
What do you think? What do you think Cardi will have him for? That's a good one. I wonder.
I don't know how Cardi handles Debo.
I honestly have no way of knowing this because I don't track them by pick. I just know the slips. Like, I don't know. I like a 4 of 5 and an 0 of 5 is the same thing for me. Because I'm
taking long shots and stuff too.
Correct. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of
like I could be profitable hitting like 40% or something.
Sure.
Jordan signed plus a week of Shanahan game planning. Like, yeah, if we're to believe it, we had at least.
Yeah, I was going to say
if
we are to believe. All right, I'm going to do Andrews.
Sure. Yeah.
And then
Well, you got tight ends behind you. Doesn't matter. We'll take because we're going to scroll here.
Adams or Marv.
I like that. This is what I do. I did this last week more than I've done it this week. But like just clicking guys out of order to kind of remind myself to scroll in the last round.
To scroll.
Anyway. Yeah. But again, that's more to me of a Friday thing in Saturday than a Tuesday.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. I still want to be scrolling on Tuesday. To be honest.
I think like late week you can do 2, if not 3 on teams. Not every team.
I'm gonna do Marv.
I go either
on this
way.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feels like Marv might Marv like with like a good news or something, like Marv could end up being 35% drafted, in drafts of this contest or something like that in the end.
Yeah.
Why is Mason's ADP so low? Andrew, we're trying to figure it out. We don't really know. We are big Jordan Mason people here at the Davis Mattek YouTube channel. We don't really understand. It's just, I guess it's just ambiguous enough, I guess is the thing. It's no team, like Shanahan didn't say anything, McCaffrey didn't say anything. It was just Schefter saying it on ESPN.
Well, Shanahan did say, like they asked him about the report. I don't know if they said Schefter, but like he said, there's a report that McCaffrey's not going to play next week. And I think Shanahan's quote was something like, "Oh, like whoever said that like must be like talking to God because like I don't even know that." But
that is just some classic Shanahan bullshit. He's really good at his job. He's great at calling plays. His players clearly like playing for him.
Yeah. Quote, "That person must be God. We just found out he wasn't playing today. I have no idea how he's going to feel tomorrow or the next day. I thought he was playing this whole week until today." I think that's just he's covering his ass.
Yeah, that's cap.
Like
that's cap.
He's like, we're going to beat the Vikings without CMC, so it'll be fine.
Well, remember, Mr. Eli Mitchell. Remember that we've already done this game. We've already done this game with Christian McCaffrey calling Brandon Ayuk his former teammate. So we just, Justin Jefferson, bang. And you know what? Honestly, if I go 0 for 150 in this because I don't do the McCaffrey thing right, it's like whatever. I feel very good that my teams are plus EV here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do. I think I have a lot of this combination. I have a lot of Jefferson and Jonathan Taylor. Let's scroll for Kyron. You good with that?
Sure.
Just want to make sure. I think you're right. I think
I think this ends up being
common,
but it's okay. But I think it's okay.
Yeah. This is a good point. He's low enough that he doesn't get auto drafted yet.
Yeah.
Which is man, how fucking negative EV are auto drafts in this? They got to just be like, you just got to be like literally shitting out money. It's like they got
there are some people like autoing off of ADP is like I think deader than dead, but I think if you can put in some rankings, like maybe you can do well.
That's what I did for college football when it was overlaying. Was I just put the stack I wanted all the way at the top, and I just drafted the stack 25 times and hoped to get it right with ADP after that.
Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
Oh no, I didn't play last week. Same stack both weeks.
Was it Dylan? Was it Dylan?
It was Dylan. It was Dylan and Banks.
For Dylan?
Oh, okay. No, Banks.
Okay.
And it didn't. It should have gotten there. Imagine a world where the University of Colorado can do shit. Anyway.
Yeah, man. That's rough.
Sure. Yeah, you could get away with setting your running backs up, setting your Lamar stuff up, and doing
whichever tight end.
Yeah. All right. This does feel like a good Garrett Wilson one.
Sure.
I'm believing. I choose to believe that 11 targets and a week 1 loss is a positive.
Yeah.
Nebraska 6.5 was free money. Well, I was trying to get
Yeah.
Raiola
Agreed.
overs, and it didn't hit. All right. What do you want to do with this pick? This feels tough.
Are we got to think.
This
Would you
could
go
be a tight
naked
end
AR
pick.
here? Oh yeah, or you can go.
Let's do. Would you rather
Kyler to set up?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
You can do
that's the
McBride for
move.
Kyler.
Yep. PY data shows you can get up to 3 low-owned players, less than 50% drafted, without any loss to your win equity, top 25% rate, but your frequency of cashing goes down a lot with each low-owned player. Well, that completely makes sense. It completely makes sense that it wouldn't alter your top end rate, but it would really alter your min cash rates.
Yep.
Minority opinion, I actually loved the ugly jersey for Garrett Wilson. I kind of thought it.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude.
Like.
I was arguing, not arguing, but I was joking with John Warner from Badge Bros, and he's like, what is this? And I was like, dude, it's a pump cover. And he's like, oh, dude, if I was jacked, like I would, show it off. It's like, no, when you're, and you and I know nothing about this. But like,
Correct.
when you're really jacked, like you don't need to tell the world, like the world just knows. And I think when you're at that level of athlete,
I love when NFL players are. Yeah, I kind of just love when NFL players are just do shit like that in general. Like, remember when James Jones used to play with the hoodie underneath? Loved it. Big fan of that. Thought it was cool.
Yeah.
All right, and we get. Well, actually, let's take our running back first because this guy behind us has a quarterback.
Ooh, sharp.
Yeah.
Sharp.
What running back do you want? Dobbins feels pretty goddamn free.
But yeah, you can. I don't love him.
I do.
But
I do. I'm unashamed. I'm unashamed to love my boy J.K. Dobbins this week. J.K. Dobbins has done nothing but steal money out of my family's pockets for many years as he's continually gotten injured, and this is now a chance to get back to even.
Did you see him?
Noah Gray and no, thank you. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, did you see Dobbins on with your boy Pat McAfee?
No.
Yesterday?
Was he living it up? Was he like, I'm the greatest running back in the NFL? Just watch?
No. He's humble. But he was basically saying like, yeah, I came back too early. Like my knee was like pretty messed up, but like I just wanted to be out there. Like he's like, I have confidence. Like I want to be out there. Like I felt like I can play. And he's like, as soon as he got re-injured, he's like, yeah, I probably came back too soon. There's like some pictures of like his knee.
He's saying last year
he
came back too early.
Yeah. And he's like, and again, take it with a grain of salt because like he didn't look 100%. He's like, yeah, I'm good now. He's like, no, he was saying this offseason, like all I had to recover from was the Achilles, whereas the previous was like 6 different things in the knee.
6 different things.
He was like, yeah. So he's like, I feel pretty good now.
Well, the one leg,
it was a good like 1 minute clip.
The one leg with the smaller calf, he broke the leg, he tore an ACL, and he hurt the Achilles all in the same leg.
And it was one picture taken with like a Nokia phone from 2006 with like, he was standing like, you can't draw it. I don't think it was real.
It's definitely real.
Like go take a picture of like, put like one foot in front of the other and like lean, like your calves are going to look different. I think that was kind of a silly thing.
Yeah, I'm going to get buried if Dobbins is who you need in best ball because I think I only ended up with 8% and it was all later. But I don't have to get buried by him in Battle Royale contests. I can do the opposite.
Yeah.
It's not a stamina thing. It's literally his body just doesn't allow him to go as fast as it used to. It doesn't have anything
might
to do
have
with
been.
stamina. I don't think.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know. I think possibly it's a mid IQ take by me of saying like I don't really care about the breakaway speed and top end speed if like he is gonna make cuts and get to the second level. Like he get caught, that's fine.
Sure.
Like I would have preferred a touchdown, but I'll take the 60-yard run. Like sign me up at that at what he costs all year.
Cool. Goat napped. Incredible YouTube name. Welcome to the channel, sir. I appreciate you.
Do you remember the run when Dobbins first came back and like he was like literally like dragging his leg?
Like literally limping. I mean,
it was like literally the Greg Jennings.
that was in the first half of the game before he tore his Achilles last year. He scored a touchdown on that drive. He scored. I mean, J.K. Dobbins, dude. You want to talk about a dude who has been through the gosh darn freaking ringer. All that is to say,
he's only 25. He's only 25. Yeah. I think he's younger. He's younger than like Cody Schrader and Ray Davis, and yeah. Or same age,
man,
yeah.
The room might give us. We might get it. We might get a GM here. I hope we do.
I don't even know.
Lamar would be the GM.
You got 2 more to survive.
No, yeah. Well, we do. I think Lamar and Rashi, I think, right?
Theory Pacheco, like we don't have a running back yet, and you want to play the Lamar beats Mahomes angle.
All right. Sold. Yeah, Hopkins is dead, but you knew he was dead. You knew he was dead when you were drafting him. You read one Justin Herzig tweet.
Yeah.
You read one Justin Herzig tweet that DeAndre Hopkins was the best value in fantasy football, and you started taking him, and turns out he was dead. Holy shit!
Whoa!
What the fuck? Speaking of goats, what a goddamn man! Holy shit, dude! That's cool shit. I appreciate you, brother.
We're gonna have 20 people to take advantage of.
I was gonna say, are 20 people even hanging out here? We're gonna have a bunch of people in the Discord. If any of you guys have trouble getting in the Discord with your new membership, send me a message, boys, and I will help you get in the Discord. Actually, here.
We can't botch this team now. We gotta lock
in. Yeah, no. Now this absolutely has to be the shipper. Damn. No one get in the way. No one get in the way of this shipper. It's got to be a Mason team now, right?
Yeah, we got to play the hits.
I was gonna say you can't drop the baby.
What are your thoughts on Flowers and a different elite tight end?
My thoughts are that I was so surprised checking the box score that Zay Flowers did not have 27 PPR points. Just watching that game, I'm like, Zay Flowers got the ball. Didn't it feel like he got the ball on every snap?
Yeah. But then it was likely when the chunk plays at the end. Yeah. There goes Debo. That would have been nice.
That would have been nice. All right, yeah. This is Mason and Flowers for sure. And then we'll
just see who are the tight ends behind us.
So the Kittle is the only one.
Oh, you know what you could do? You could do Flowers, Kittle, or we just take Bowers as like a bring back.
Let's do that because I want to take Jordan Mason on this one.
Yeah.
And then we do Bowers bring back or
Kittle.
This is it felt like an insane scam. It's just like I was like, wow, we did enter into Zay Flowers PPR scam territory.
Yeah.
Wow.
The nice thing, and here's a that was nice.
He said
The nice
Mason
thing about
chipped in
BR is once you get in,
15K last night, so he's feeling
Mason shipped
generous
him what?
today. 15K last night, so he must have won one of the single entries or
Bang.
whatever. Yeah.
Bang.
Double elite tight end could hit one of these weeks if it's a slate like this, where it's all the elite guys on one slate, I guess.
I think people grossly misunderstand the elite tight end thesis. And what I was gonna say is like the nice thing about BR is once you get into the zone, like you can just queue up Bowers and Andrews and hit auto draft, and it's like, yeah,
And hit
whatever, I'll
auto
get
draft.
one of them,
Yeah,
and we can go to the next. It's
I
like
do
a little
lot of
time
that.
saving hack.
Yeah.
I know you're streaming, but the elite tight end thesis, like yes, multiple can hit, but like the reason why elite tight end is good is like you just hope one of these guys goes for 22 and the rest get 10. So like the weeks where two get 20, I don't think are good elite tight end weeks, if that makes sense.
It doesn't make
I mean, it's probably
sense.
yeah.
But I get what you're driving at. It's the single game ceiling versus I mean I didn't do
There's just gonna be so many receivers and running backs that can score 20.
I didn't really do any of the boy tight end. I'll try and explain the Bank Examiner thing to you very quickly. It's just a shit ass meme. It was very funny, but it's basically just a way of saying, I don't know. I actually have no idea how it started. I think Sam Sherman started it, but maybe it was Kyle.
I saw someone said like maybe it was like the Roto World guys.
Yeah. So like that would have been.
Feels like a Denny bit.
Then. It does feel like a Denny bit.
No, it feels like a Denny bit.
Rotopat, sure, could definitely be a Rotopat,
okay.
A Rotopat thing.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Well, do you want to do Andrews or Bowers? Do you want to do the double stack or the bring back?
I think if Lamar is the guy you need, he rushes one in.
I think that's right. Probably two.
Yeah.
All right, let's do two more.
Was Rotopat.
It was Rotopat. I need to do. Let's do two more, and then I need to go eat lunch and take my dog out, and then I will be back to do the swolecast in half an hour. So you guys will only have about half hour of your day that is not being filled with the dulcet tones of Davis Mattek. I also realized I misread my schedule. And I could have streamed longer if I did it this afternoon. I thought I had a podcast recording at 2, but it's at 3. So shout out to me for it's kind of
you might morning EV.
Oh, you might be. True. You might be surprised to hear this, but I'm not a particularly organized person. So setting up a whole season of content while also trying to fuck with set up schedules with other people. Here's the deal, Clint. I've been up since 5 a.m., dude. 10:45 a.m. to me is like 2 p.m. for you. We are not the same. Bro.
What did you work out yesterday? Here's the litmus test. It's the IQ test.
Chest.
Yeah, all right.
Chest.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I do push, pull, legs, upper, lower. Saturday is cardio, something. Active recovery Saturday, and then Sunday is my fat ass day. To be honest, Billy, I literally am not interested in this. I don't think I'm good enough right now to think I'm super plus EV in those tournaments, and also do you know what it is? Battle Royale, it's like it's like I get to keep the muscle memory of drafting. Like, I'm just always drafting. And they're $5, so I could just do them and just knock them out,
Yeah.
I will obviously do. I'm gonna do Pete's. I'm gonna do the Deposit Kingdom one every week, though. That shit is that is very fun. St. Brown Evans, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I almost clicked the wrong button. That's a pretty fun one. That's not a GM, but it's a fun.
No, and it might end up being it might end up being common, but it's okay.
Is Chubb even rosterable in a 12-team league right now? But
I drafted him in a league that has IR spot.
Sure.
That's like the peak of the mid IQ chart. is like, instead of drafting a kicker, I drafted Chubb, and then I signed Jake Moody.
I did that. I did in my home league. I didn't have a tight end, so I did TJ Hawkinson. So I have Taysom and TJ Hawkinson, and Hawkinson's on my IR. Anything with 10 entries or less is an order of magnitude sharper. Yeah, and in terms of theory, I'm definitely not there yet in these. Like I think
the dog bowl, like there's enough non-random people winning that where my confidence that there's a big edge, there's a big edge there, because I think in 12-man rooms, in like a contest where literally top 3 out of, is it 5,000 entries or 3,000 entries, whatever it is,
right.
Like you can very easily play that in a good way. You just have to have the bankroll and brain for it, I think. And you have to value the experience, which I think is really cool. Like having been, not to the dog bowl, but having been to like a live final, like it's cool. A lot of people, but yeah, if you don't care about it, then like you're literally, that part of your rake is going towards that.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't really like leaving the house that much. So leaving the house, leaving the state, getting on an airplane. Yeah, football season like that. Like that would just be like it sounds very annoying, but that would just be like a legitimate nightmare for me. This is a good naked. This is a good naked AR team, I think. What do you think?
I think that's okay. Or you could jam like Henry Pacheco, and then you just play one of the Tampa, Detroit quarterbacks. You just
this
like
team
say
right
thanks
here,
for the running back value.
This team right here could score 1 billion touchdowns.
Yeah.
You have a sweat? Yeah, sweat last week in the dog bowl, bro. Yeah, this is man, Jordan.
I think that
Jordan, this is so sharp. Everyone chases it.
I think week 1,
and then
dude, Jordan's too sharp. But like, week 1 is like, week 1 has a mix of everything. Then weeks 2 and 3, it starts to become more and more regulars as people kind of lose and get discouraged. But then towards the end, it's gonna be regs /
I would
smaller people playing.
Yeah, I would drop the shit out of Jonathan Brooks. You're waiting for a timeshare back on the worst offense in the NFL.
No, hold on. Would you drop Chase Brown, Bucky, or Brooks? I think I would drop one of Chase Brown or Bucky.
No,
you're not starting either of them. I think I'll drop
Chase
Bucky.
Brown. Chase Brown is closer. Chase Brown and Bucky are closer to making an impact to your fantasy. When is the earliest you'd feel comfortable starting Jonathan Brooks?
Like 6.
You'd have to. You would not start him this first week back. You'd want to see one game. The first game you're going to get, Miles Sanders is going to have more snaps than him.
Yeah, it's tough.
Goff or Baker.
I think like you can go either. Not the fun answer.
This feels
Baker,
like maybe a
Baker's
scroll.
drafted last.
Maybe this is
because we already have Andrews. Could go Bowers.
Well,
you want to go Cotton? But Cotton takes the touchdown from Evans, so that's tough.
Yeah, no. I think this could be a Parkinson team. I mean, Parkinson's probably dog shit ass pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Bowers actually. I'm gonna do Bowers because we have Henry. They're fighting for touchdowns. All right, I'm gonna do one more. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do one more, and then we are getting out of here. Easy. Tell the people about the sheet real quick before we get out of here.
easydfs.xyz. As soon as projections go live, I have Battle Royale rankings and player sim, so you can figure out and see how often, I believe, based on range of outcomes, players are optimal versus how often they are drafted. So if you want to theoretically have like pretty formatting and look at ways to make plus EV lineups, I think I can help. Free trial for a week at any point.
Free trial.
If you run through all your emails and scam me for the whole season, as long as you remember to cancel, you can feel free to do that as well.
Or then you just end up running up a bunch of credit card numbers. Pretty ideal.
Yeah. No, I don't think I have those, but yeah.
They don't. Oh, you don't. They don't
Jordan,
let you do
one
that
more.
with Stripe.
I don't know.
All right, we get the third pick. Let's get a Cooper Cup and let's get out of here. I think is my opinion. What should I have for lunch, Easy? What's on the menu? Should I make a turkey sandwich? What's the macros on a turk stand? Probably not great.
If you load it up, it could be all right. I think I've got a bunch of like burrito bowl stuff.
Tonight, actually, you know what? I have a bunch of ground bison I need to cook, so I probably have ground bison and rice. It's the life of someone who eats 80% bodybuilding meals and 20% absolute dog shit. All right, we did St. Brown on the last one. I'm going to do Jefferson on this one. It's called balancing your range. Don't play in a way that your opponents can exploit. Always leave them fighting. All right, guys. Great news. I've got a 25% discount available for the Fantasy Points data suite. If you guys want to get in on some of that sweet data, Scott Barrett just sent me a DM. Fantasy Points data is pretty cool. I do really like the first read stuff. I was ready to kind of be like Terry McLaurin stinks shit, but he did all of his stuff last week was first read, which is interesting.
Okay.
JJ,
that kind of makes sense though, right?
Well, everything for Jane Daniels is kind of going to be a first read right now because if he breaks after his first read, it's going to be a scramble or a sack. Yeah, 81 likes is pretty goddamn sad. Let's do Lamar Jackson on this one, right?
Do you want to just Taylor. Smash Debo or Kyron?
They already went.
Okay, good, fine.
No, Kyron didn't. Didn't. The people are going to get woke to Debo Samuel pretty soon. Debo
yeah,
is going way up this stuff.
Yeah, Debo, I love Mike Evans. Debo is going to project for more than him. He's going to project for more than Rashee Rice. He's going to project for more than everyone except 4 or 5 receivers, I think, on the slate.
Yeah. 2. All right, so we should be thinking about, because I just am not really ever going to take Darnold. He didn't run around at all last week. I kind of thought that was baked in. I thought he'd maybe run a little bit, but KOC has him playing like Kirk Cousins. This could be a fun one to take Patsy on, actually.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor's still there. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take Mahomes. I'm gonna take Mahomes and hope to get Worthy or Kelsey.
We'll figure
or
it out.
If not,
yeah,
we're gonna learn Justin Watson, buddy.
There you go. Oh. No, you would have you take. Dude, you finally said like your sharp thing was the Hollywood Brown, even though he like probably is a terrible pick because like how often is he actually going to play enough to score 20 points in this format in his first week back? But then you just kind of hope he doesn't play and you just swap on whatever.
Worthy scored 20 points on 3 touches.
On 3 touches.
Can score.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a feeling that Worthy is going to be the guy that makes the pencil pushers the most angry this year. He's going to project for about 9 points every single week, and he's going to keep getting 16.
Well, he's in the complete kind of opposite way. He's just kind of going to be like George Kittle, where like,
yeah,
he's gonna be a 20 or 6 guy, and that projects for 10 or whatever. But
so all the
you're never going to get it right. Just keep him in your lineup.
Yeah.
Just keep him in your lineup, completely. And it'll pay off more. It'll pay off bigger than it hurts when it doesn't.
Correct.
All right. This is sweat.
Yeah, this is a sweat. It's also
One
a
more.
sweat because
One
my there we go.
Boom.
Bang. God. All right. You do love to end the stream.
Love to leave on a shipper.
You love, I mean, that is nutted right there. Mahomes after ADP, scroll for Kyren. I do like you were saying this in Discord. Scrolling up is like actually so the meta right now. Like scroll up. Scroll up, you know what I'm saying? From the ADP followers.
Yeah. Though
all right.
We Galaxy our brain, we scrolled up and then we scrolled down for Mahomes. So Mahomes Kyren is just like you just flip where we take them, and now we've duped with everyone, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think.
Right. Yeah. Okay. What should we do? I guess we should take Kittle to follow our 49er in every draft. Yeah.
Yep.
Kittle
or Mason, but yeah.
And which one? Andrews
I'd
is
go
still
Kittle.
there.
You know, I'd go Kittle.
Okay.
I really like. Yeah. I don't think you want to be underweight Kittle this week.
All right, this will be
because we have options here.
Kamara or Walker. Feels pretty good.
I like that.
Worthy is a different player. Worthy is a really different player than Tyreek. I think people sort of have forgotten what the Tyreek experience was like with him playing with Mahomes. It was really nuts. All right.
I mean,
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, but it was also like literally week 1, game 1 for Worthy.
For Worthy, yeah.
So.
All right. Kenneth Walker, welcome to the team. All right, guys. That is going to do it for the stream. I've got to go have lunch. I'm going to be back with you guys on the swolecast channel in 30 minutes. I got to go let my dog out. I appreciate all of you guys. Easy. Thank you for hanging out. Build some shippers. I will see you all in the BR streets. Good luck this week. I'll be back streaming with Liam tomorrow for some BR, for some DFS.